In today's video, we're checking out this. It's the Oculus Quest. Okay, so I picked this up about a week ago, just haven't had the time to get out of the box. I'm super excited for it, and it is, of course, the Oculus Quest. I am an existing VR user. I have the original HTC Vives, and I love the room scale immersion of VR you can get from that. But one of the issues is that having to kind of make sure things are all working properly and kind of a little bit of faffing around sometimes to get it all set up. And so I don't use VR as much as I would like, and it's also a bit of a pain if you want to kind of let other people have a go because you've got the cables drooping around behind everything. So I decided that I would pick up one of these Oculus Quests. I got it from a local retail store that had buy now, paying 6 months time, so that makes things a little bit better. And in this video we're going to unbox it, check it out, and have a little bit of gameplay and tell you my thoughts and feelings on how is it, and kind of how do I feel like it compares to the HTC Vive, which obviously we're kind of comparing two completely different things, right? Because this is a mobile VR platform and the Vive is also using the power of a gaming machine. So I'm not expecting it to be super similar, but what I'm more interested in is the immersion, the gameplay, and the flexibility that this kind of product gives us. So without further ado, let's have some unboxing going on. So I went with the 64GB version. There's a 64 or 128 gigabytes. The larger one is about £100 more. I went with 64GB because when I looked at the kind of general size of the games, it should be sufficient to be able to have multiple games installed, maybe some movies or something if you want to. But I tend to be quite good at kind of removing games that I'm not using and only having kind of current games on there. So I think I can manage it with 64 gaming. If you can't be bothered to kind of organise stuff a bit better, then maybe you want to get the 128GB version. But this is it. So the boxing looks pretty good, and let's slide it on its top and get things out. So here we go. Will that box stay up? Right, okay. So really nice kind of cardboard packaging. It's got an odd smell to it, but let's lift this up and see what it's like inside. Oh, it's nice. So on the inside there is some foam bits to stop it moving around too much once it's in transit. But this is it. Oculus Quest. It's really well packaged. I think obviously Facebook probably subsidising this a fair amount for the technology, because you've got room scale VR in a mobile product, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's start taking these apart and kind of look at how things kind of match up. It's really lightweight actually. It's much lighter than I thought it would be. It's got a pretty nice look to it. Nice solid materials. In here we have there's the 4 cameras. We'll talk about specs in a little bit, but 4 cameras. USB-C on the side by the look of it, I think. And we've got a couple of audio jack plugs on either side, and an on and off button there as well. Some good adjustability, I think, in the head strap. Mixture of elastics and rubbers. Should be pretty good. And I was just telling us we need to install the app before we play it, but let's pop that down here for just a few minutes. Else in here we have obviously the touch controllers. So these are the same as that you get on the Rift. Well, at least I should say on the Rift S. I think they've made some orientation changes. One of them being this kind of ring here. I don't know if people realise, but there's multiple IR lights in this ring, which is how the cameras can pick up what's happening. So obviously with the change to having the cameras in the headset, the tracking is much more improved by having this ring over the top as opposed to around the bottom like they used to be. A couple of little wrist straps here so you don't lose things, but it feels really kind of good in the hand. My initial thoughts only being that there is a bit of visual obstruction in terms of looking at the buttons that you're pressing, but apart from that, it feels really comfortable in the hand. So front trigger, left trigger, an Oculus button, a little sticker that says R on it. So this is for my right hand. That sticker looks like it's removable, but I guess it's just to help you with initial orientation. A little analog stick and a B button and an A button. So that's pretty nice. Let's check out which we can assume is the left-hand sided one. And again, same kind of setup, except for you have a Y and X button on these. So let's see, how does it feel? Yeah, no, it feels good. It feels natural, pretty natural. So that's good. I think it just seems a bit weird to me having that ring over the top because I'm just not used to it. Okay, let's see what else we have. So then we have this little box here, which is for accessories now, I imagine. Okay, so in here we have a few things. Obviously based in the UK, we have a 3-pin plug. I think that's the smallest 3-pin plug I've ever seen, with again USB-C connector on the back there. Then we have this kind of adapter plate that gives you a few millimeters of extension away from the lenses. This is obviously predominantly if you are a glasses wearing person. So just put that here. And we have a really long and generous USB-C cable. So I'm not sure whether it's recommended or not. We'll check that out later, but you could clearly have a battery pack or something that you could have connected up. And I'm thinking about printing something to hold my Anchor battery pack, and I can kind of get extended use out of the Quest whilst I'm playing it. And then we have some batteries, so a couple of AA batteries in here, so 1 and 2, that's going to be for these controllers no doubt, and then everything else in here, I think that's it, is reference guide and a little safety warranty manual. So let's have a quick look at the reference guide, see what it says. So it's telling us that we need to install the Oculus app. It's giving us a bit of information about the headset. I forgot it has IPD values, so we'll have a quick look at that in a moment. Talks about how we adjust the strap, the left and right of the controllers, how we can add some stuff on there for being a glasses wearer, and also headset care. So if you've never had VR before, it's really important that you keep those lenses out of direct sunlight, because the direct sunlight will damage the lenses, same as if you fly drones or quadcopters, very similar kind of setup. And on the other side it's just in a foreign language. So all seems relatively straightforward, so just pop those back in there for now, keep things tidy. And yeah, I think it's just magnetic the way this pulls down. Oh, look how smooth that is. Oh, that's nice. Yep, and it's just a single AA battery that pops in there, which is fantastic, because it means if you are out playing and perhaps you've travelled on holiday with this kit, which is what I'm kind of looking forward to trying to use it for, you can just pop to a local shop and pick up some new AA batteries. Kind of a shame maybe that it wasn't have an option for integrated batteries that you could charge, but still, that's pretty good. So just looking back at the headset again before we go through all the specs information. We have volume adjustment at the bottom, I believe, and then the ability to adjust the IPD. So can't remember off the top of my head what the IPD stands for, interpupillary distance or something. It's basically the distance between your eyes and your nose, or the two eyes. You can adjust it to kind of maximise your viewing there. So excellent stuff. So what we do, I'll grab my phone, we'll clear up the desk a little bit and talk through how we kind of set up the Oculus Quest for the first time. Okay, so I've grabbed my phone and I've put these AA batteries into the controllers. So it's gonna get ourselves ready and check a few things out. So I know people are still probably going to be thinking that £400 for this headset is still a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, but I want to kind of get people to think about it in comparison to other VR products. So the cost to put wireless onto my current HTC Vive is very similar. I think it's like $350 or something. So for £50 more, you're getting a standalone unit all on its own. Don't need the PC or anything like that. PSVR again is very similar. And in relation to that, we can talk a bit about the specs as well. So if we look at the PSVR, that has a resolution of 980 by 1080, and my current Rift has a resolution of 1080 by 1200. The Quest here has an amazing 1440 by 1600 OLED display, which is, I think, amazing in this kind of small package. In terms of its memory, so the RAM, it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and obviously this version has 64 gigabytes of storage space, or you can get the 128 gigabytes storage space. There's no SD or micro SD slot for this, so what you buy is what you end up keeping. In terms of gameplay, obviously depending on what game you're playing and movement and what tracking needs to be done, you're going to get somewhere between 2 to 3 hours battery life. In terms of kind of what you're seeing on the screen, you get around a 72 hertz refresh rate, and somehow they've managed to cram the Snapdragon 835 processor into here, which just enables you to have such a good experience. In terms of weight wise, around 572 grams, something like that. And as mentioned already, not many VR headsets or any headsets really gives you the option to modify the IPD value. So you can just adjust that in between 58 millimeters and 72 millimeters, I think it is, something like that. And Oculus are a little bit cagey around the field of view that this device has, or any of their products for that matter. I think that's basically because obviously if you've depending on your IPD value, and if you've got the glasses adjustment thing in there, it does impact the field of view, but I think it's somewhere between 95 and 110 degrees field of view, so very similar to the original Rift and HTC Vive that I have already. So let's see if we can show you what's happening on the phone at the same time. So I've installed and launched the app. You need to create an account or log in if you have one already. Then we are presented with this selection to select a headset: Oculus Go, Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift S, and obviously the Oculus Rift. So we're going to go ahead and select Quest. We have a nice little intro that's flashing around and showing us good stuff. It's too hot here in the cave, so not say the best thing to have sweaty things going in your head. But right, so let's start off by getting things paired. So the first thing it's talking about doing is power. I'm going to hope that there's some charge in there already, so I probably won't bother with the power, see what happens. So depending on the status light, red being low, amber being charging, and green being full, we'll just continue and pretend that all that stuff has happened already, and then we will try and power it on. So the switch is over here on the right hand side, and we assume something. Yep, we have a little white light that's come on there. Not sure how well it gets picked up on the camera. What I'll also do is remove. Oh, magic is happening. So remove that little cover, and there's also some protective plastic on the lenses, reminding you not to get any sunlight or liquid in the lenses. So I can see there's something happening on the screen there. So let's just tie this away whilst we carry on. So headset is powered. Might have just turned off because the battery's too low. Difficult to tell. We'll see. We may have to provide some power. We'll see. No, there's a blue flashing light now, so I think it is doing the pairing, and now it's searching for the relevant Wi-Fi network. So we will do that and put in our password. Okay, so the headset is now connected. I'm assuming it's doing that so it can download updates in the games and everything. You don't need it connected to the phone all the time, we shall see. Batteries are inserted into the controllers already, so that is, it should be good to go there. Controllers are now paired, fantastic. I wonder actually how much power it's zapped out of the controllers if the batteries are in there all the time. Select our language, and we don't want to add any money right now. Oh, safety video. That's fantastic. My dog is sleeping and I will clear some play area shortly. Let's just get on with it. Right, so our safety briefing has been completed. Obviously now it's updating the headset. You'll be notified when the update is complete and your headset is ready to put on. During the update you can return to the Oculus Quest app to browse VR experiences for the Quest. So let's have a little look whilst that's doing whatever it is it's doing. Yes, please notify me when it's ready. And you can send me notifications, that is fine. Right, so let's have a little look to see what's going on. So we can see that 30% updates happening right now. Look at the prices of the games in here. There's a few things that I will want to pick up. Let's see what we've got in terms of what's going on. Just look in the store here. Fruit Ninja, I've got that on the Vive, great fun. Sorry about the noise there, that's obviously the noise of my water cooler here in the cave. There's quite a lot of titles on here. I'm going to spend some more time. Oh, that Vader Immortal is supposed to be awesome. So, yeah, this is some good stuff. So you probably noticed in that safety video it said about not using it outside. There's been a few videos, a few pictures I saw recently where someone's been using them outside, and one guy was using it whilst he was charging his Tesla. And I think the way that the tracking works, it benefits from a room with lower light or normal light. So using it outside I think will cause issues with the camera's ability to track headsets, or in the handsets and everything. And one other thing about obviously the headset, even though you have that kind of room scale playing, it obviously will lose tracking when you put the controllers behind your head. So for example, Space Pirate Trainer, you kind of put your hand behind your shoulder and pull back a shield. It kind of will make some assumptions and guesses about when it's operating like that. So that's kind of interesting I should say. Oh, big screen, that's supposed to be awesome as well. So these are some events that you can watch in VR, so I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I'll probably also do a separate video if I can try it out. Is I believe you can stream from the Steam app on your computer to this, and I'd love to be able to wear this whilst wearing Elite Dangerous, because that would be fantastic. But so let's wait for the update to complete and then we will resume this video. Okay, so I think we're all updated. I'm going to try and do the screencasting to the phone so you'll be able to see hopefully what I can see. But before we kind of put the headset on and clear some space to see how this works, just wanted to talk through kind of a couple of fundamental things about the Quest. So first of all, it will automatically go into standby if this little light sensor in there is not detecting that the face is covered, obviously to help with battery power. And then when you put it on and off, it's kind of really cool the way they've done it. It's basically elasticated, so you can see it just kind of pulls a little bit. So when you kind of fit it for your head, you can release these Velcro tabs on both sides, as well as a Velcro tab on the top here to get it kind of nicely fitted. And you want it kind of resting on your face You can kind of move it forward and backwards a little bit, and then obviously then use the IPD slot on the bottom here to kind of adjust it so it feels pretty good. So I'm hoping that's all we need. So I am going to kind of move the table and everything out of the way, and then hopefully we can see what it looks like and set up our play space a little bit. Okay, so I feel a bit like a child that's got their mittens on. These kind of rubber band-esque feeling straps don't feel the greatest, but they should do the job. So let's put the headset on and see if we can kind of do what we need to do. So it fits pretty nice and comfortable. Sure, I look rather attractive now, but there's a little bit of light ingress through the nose area. That's quite common on most headsets. So let's see if we can bring this into life. Right, okay, so let's see if I can get the tracking working. So it already feels pretty immersive actually. I'm really quite impressed. So let me see if I can get things connected up so you can see things. Because you don't need to see this right now, but it's just telling me how to put the strap on and everything. See if I can get the cast working so we can see on here. Okay, so it's giving me some information to move the headset up and down until the horizontal lines are clear, and they are. So let me just that's telling me to adjust the IPD values. So let me just there's no information about, oh, turn it off by accident, cancel. There's no information on what my IPD value is. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, I think I'm going to have to set this up without you guys being able to see. Unfortunately, I just have to talk you through it. So right now what's happened is it's kind of gone into this Guardian setup mode, so I can kind of see with the cameras, so I can see everything in the room and touch it easily and see the physical controls, a big L and a big R on my hands. It's asked me to set up the Guardian, so we'll do that now. Confirm the floor level, so look down at the virtual grid. If it appears to be at the floor level, select confirm. Yeah, I would say that's at floor level. So that's pretty good. Define my play space. So I don't have much room in here right now. So we're going to draw a line around our play space. So I press and hold the trigger. Let's do a little line around myself. Over here. So it should remember this. And hopefully I can reset it. So each room you go, it's going to remember you're in that room, and you can redefine the space. Now I have the nice holodeck effect, the grid that keeps us nice and safe. So I really don't have much space in here. So it's lights up blue and then goes red when you get close to it. We will then confirm and see what happens now. So if I move forward already, the Guardian is working. So let's see what happens. So I just realised we don't have any headphones on because the speakers are kind of in the headset a bit, and I do quite a good job of projecting the sound out to our ears. Actually, it actually feels pretty good. Obviously you can put headphones on. Oculus do their own, about £50 or something, so let's put your friendly headphones on. I've now got an intro scene happening with all sorts of cool stuff flying around. It does feel really immersive. It's quite basic in terms of graphics wise, but already I feel like I'm in a massive wide open space, not this really small confined area that I'm really in. Okay, so this is basically the tutorial that gets us started. So we're going to press all the buttons.
Thumbsticks around. The thumbsticks can also be pressed like buttons. Next, use your index fingers to squeeze the triggers on your controllers. Locate the grip buttons and squeeze them with your middle fingers.
It's just general orientation
Virtual hands can do.
into the controls. Here they are.
To make a fist, squeeze the grip with your middle finger and hold it down. To point, keep squeezing the grip and just lift your index finger. Now use your index finger to push the button in front of you. To pick up an object, squeeze and hold the grip button with your middle finger. Release the grip button to drop it.
Can't really...
Your virtual hands can do just about anything.
Can't catch.
Go ahead, play with some of these items.
So... That's pretty cool. Right, grip with the finger. That's pretty cool.
Looks like you're getting the hang of it. Here's a few more to try.
It's pretty good at detecting it. That's pretty cool. I was staying here playing this all day. Cool, okay.
When you're ready to explore some new VR worlds,
I am.
insert the cartridge into the console.
Nice. Okay, shoot some things. What's all the red? Oh. Okay, that's pretty good. Don't want that. I've got to say, so far, it feels really good.
Or another virtual world. Insert the cartridge into the console.
Hey dude. It's me. We're dancing, are we? This is like a disco. Dude's doing the same thing as me, look. Woo! You can tell I'm a magic dancer. Oh yeah, disco baby. Fantastic. Bye, dude.
When you're ready to leave this tutorial, insert the exit cartridge. You've got the basics down.
Tutorial is
All
done.
VR has to offer. Have fun.
So here I am in my house. It's a bit of an upgrade from the cave. I really, really like. Yeah, it definitely feels immersive. Definitely. Okay, so the guardian system works really well. Just deal with that overheating camera again. I have a quick go with Space Pirate Trainer. I've played that before, so it'll be good to compare.
Hi, I'm Bunny. I'll guide you on your quest of getting your Space Pirate license. Let's train dodging first.
That's where I'm looking, isn't it? That red thing. Oh, yeah! Like a pro!
Let's get your weapons working again and blast that droid. Look at those sparks fly. Get ready, new enemies inbound.
This feels really good. It feels just like on the Rift. The tracking is pretty good. It's a little bit slower to respond. Okay, so that was it. The first kind of setup and quick go of the Oculus Quest. The head unit gets a little bit hot after usage, but I mean, I know what you probably see on the screen doesn't look anywhere near as good or as immersive as it does here on the Quest, but I'm really impressed with this. For £400, it feels great, and Space Pirate Trainer doesn't feel that much different to on my HTC Vive. It is a little bit slower to respond, and the graphics aren't quite as crisp, but still, I can see myself just picking this up and kind of getting on with stuff. And the fact that I can kind of stream Netflix and everything to this, you can just sit down and be fully immersed in something. So I definitely think it's worth it. If you've already got, some form of VR, I still think it's worth considering picking one of these up. If you're really enjoying VR, but you'd like to use it more, but you don't kind of quite have the time, you can use it anywhere with the Quest. And if perhaps you've been thinking about VR and never got it before, definitely try out this Quest. I think it's really, really good. So yeah, I'm off to do a bit more gaming and maybe go watch a movie before I finish up, but all sorts of apps and stuff. And if you're interested, I can do a follow-up in the next kind of few months when I've used it more, bought some apps and tried a few more things out. But it's really good that it comes with, obviously, I think it's about 5 demos that you can kind of get started, so you haven't got to spend some money straight away. There's a few demos you can try and then see what you're going to do. But I think 64 gigabytes memory is fine, because most games tend to be around 1.5 to 2 gigabytes, so not a problem. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.